Hi everyone. Today we are discussing about model of interpolation. Model of interpolation. In previous class we are discussing sampling theorem or sampling, and now today we are discussing about model of interpolation. What is the meaning of interpolation? Interpolation means it is used for to change the something else to the original signal. That means it is a converter. It is also used for to convert the signals from digital to analog, and the purpose of analysis, interpolation can be modeled as shown below. The related circuit diagram of interpolation is shown in the below. Here we are observing two major blocks. First one is convert from sequence to impulse train. Convert to sequence to impulse train. So that means the waves are converted into like this sequence to interpolation. That means the mixing combined signal will be splitted into equal time intervals, and then after it will assigning some code, or it will assigning some time pulse duration to the each pulses, and then after finally to splitted the sequence of the pulses to the discrete or individual pulses or impulse train pulses. Impulse train pulses means intervals are different compared to the sequence signals. In sequential signals, a continuous wave will propagate from one place to another place, and there is no distortion, and it is calculating the overall pulse time period and amplitude. But in impulse train response, it is calculating. It is calculating both. It is calculating both time and individual pulses. It is calculating individual time period of the individual clock pulses. That means the overall concept of interpolation to exchange the data from one form to another form. That is the main object of interpolation. Here we are observing in the below diagram, we are seeing some dot lines. That is a conversion section device. By using conversion section device, it will convert the signals from D by C, discrete to continuous signals. That means we are clearly observing. One point. Interpolation is a like converter which converts the wave from one form to another form. For example, discrete signals to continuous time signals. By using sampling, a continuous sine signal is converted into discrete. But in interpolation, it will do inverse operation of sampling. or opposite operation of sampling. So that means in sampling the pulses are continuous waves are converted into discrete pulses, but in interpolation discrete pulses are converted into continuous pulses. That means both are working reverse operations. And then after we are observing h of w or h of it is a function of the interpolation. It is a function of the interpolation, and convert from sequence to impulse train is a converter which converts the information from one form to another form. And here input side in this diagram we are applying y of n. It is a input signal, and x cap of t is a x cap of t is a output signal. Y of n is a input and x cap of t is a input signal. The inverse Fourier transform h of capital H is h of t equal to sin pi by t by t. Here sin is a angle of the and data conversion, or sin is a angle of the pulse. Sin is a angle of the pulse. So by using interpolation, it is must and should convert the information from one form to another form. For example, it has consists two following steps. Convert sequence to the impulse train by using elements of the sequence with the weights successive impulse train. Apply a low pass filter V as to produce X kappa. These are the two conditions. Which is providing or converting the information from one form to another form. Next one is model of interpolation and characterization. Model of interpolation, characterizations. In more detail, the construction process proceeds as follows. First, we convert the sequence Y to the impulse train S. Already our meaning, interpolation meaning is DC is converted into CT. That's why we are taking S of t equal to summation of n equal to minus infinity to infinity y of n delta of t of nt. Then we filter the resulting signals as with the low pass filter having impulse response h yield x cap of t equal to summation of n equal to minus infinity to infinity y of n sin c pi by t and t, yeah, t minus nt. So that means these two are the two different formulas to calculating the input and output data transmissions. So calculating the input and output data transmissions. And now we are entering to the sampling theorem. Sampling theorem statement: let x be a signal with the Fourier transform x, and suppose that x of omega mod x of omega is equal to 0 for all omega satisfying mod omega greater than omega m, and the frequency band minus omega, then x is uniquely determined its samples y of n equal to x of n of t for all integer n if omega is greater than 2 omega. So that means sampling theorem is nothing but the conversion data process is the conversion data process is two times better than previous signals, two times better than previous signals. That's why ws equal to 2 pi by t. The preceding inequality is known as Nyquist condition. The preceding inequality is known as Nyquist condition. So, if the condition is satisfied, we have to that x of t and x of t is indicates two equivalent forms in terms of t and in terms of w. When we are calculating the flow of data information from one place to another place. Next one is Laplace transform LT. Next topic is Laplace transform LT. Motivation behind the Laplace transform. That means before we discussing about Laplace transform, first we know some basic information about Laplace transform. Here, first point, another important mathematical tool in the study of signals and systems is known as Laplace transform. What is the meaning of Laplace transform? Another important mathematical tool is the study of signals and systems. So Laplace transform is nothing but our topic, our subject heading is signals and systems. In which method will be studied deeply, signals and systems is known as LT, Laplace transform. So that means by using Laplace transform, it is completely study the behavior of the signals and systems. Signals and systems. That's why it is called Laplace transforms. That's why it is called Laplace transforms. And second point is the Laplace transform can be viewed. The Laplace transform can be viewed as a generalization of Fourier transform. By using Laplace transform, it will do two major working principles. First one is it will observe and signals and system structures, and second one is it is also used for the overview of generalization of the Fourier transform. So in the process of Fourier transform, ft and lt, sorry, signals and systems. So by using Fourier or Laplace transform, it will do major or two major working principles. First one is study of the signals and systems, and it is majorly used in Fourier transform functions to generate original output signals, and it will be sharing from one place to another easier and faster. And third point is due to its more general nature, the Laplace transform has a number of advantages over the Fourier transform. That means in previous classes we are discussing some signals behavior, up down, up down conversion, low frequency, high frequency. These are all we are discussing in previous classes. Um, compared to the previous Fourier transforms, Laplace transform is the better technique method compared to the Fourier transform method. Laplace transform is the better technique method compared to the previous Fourier transform Fourier transform method. And next point, the first Laplace transform represents exists for some signals that do not have Fourier transform representations, so we can handle a large class of signals with Laplace transform. That means compared to the Fourier transforms, compared to the Fourier transforms, the Laplace transforms need a large class of signals. That means it requires high signals. And second one is since the Laplace transform is more general tool, it can provide additional insights beyond those facilitated by the Fourier transform. Laplace transform is more signal generator tool. So that means in clear observation, Laplace transform, the main working principle is it is it is study the behavior of the signals and systems, and it is better than Fourier transforms, and it will providing or it will providing or used additional signal analysis and for the better communications, additional signal analysis for the better communications. Next one is motivation behind in the Laplace transform. Motivation behind in the Laplace transform. Earlier, we saw that complex exponential are eigenfunctions of LTI system. In particular, for a LTI system, H with impulse response H, we have that H of est equal to H of SC of e power st, where H of s equal to integration of minus infinity to infinity H of t est dt. Previously, we are referred to H as a symbol H as a symbol function. As it is turned out, H is the Laplace transform of H. Since the Laplace transform has already appeared earlier in the context of LTI system, is a clearly a useful tool. It is a clearly a useful tool. Why? Because compared to the previous Fourier transforms, eigenfunctions, and other conversions, Laplace transform is more convenient. Why? Because it is deeply understanding and observing and identifying the behavioral structure of signals and systems, so that we can easily understanding the behavior of the Laplace transform. Since the Laplace transfer already appeared earlier in the context of LTI system, it is clearly a useful tool. Furthermore, as we'll see, the Laplace transform has many additional uses. Okay, Laplace transform topic is more useful. Now we are entering to the deeply the working principles of Laplace transform. These are the literal Laplace transform. and these are the different applications and advantages and behavioral structures of Laplace transform. Next class we are discussing Laplace transform and Laplace transform literal functions. Thank you.